In this video, I'm going to use some terminology that you might not be familiar with, so I'm just going to go over that really quick here. So I'm going to use the words internal rotation and external rotation to refer to movements of our joints. So specifically for the shoulder, external rotation is when the arm is rotating out and away from the body. Outwards, that's external rotation. Internal rotation is the exact opposite. So when the arm is rolling inwards and this bone is coming towards the body. Now, if that's happening up here, still internal rotation. If it's happening down here, still internal rotation. If it's happening back here, it's still internal rotation. Anytime that bone rolls in, internal rotation. Anytime that humerus bone, the forearm bones, the hand, anytime that's rolling out, that's external rotation. So two other terms that I'm going to use is flexion and extension. So flexion is anytime the arm is coming forward in space in front of us, that's flexion. Anytime the arm is moving behind us, that's extension. Don't worry about the terms, they're not important. It's just a simple way to describe these movements, and hopefully you'll start to get used to them the more and more you watch these videos and the more you do these exercises. This video is going to be detailing shoulder cars. We're going to do them in 3 different positions. Standing up, kneeling, and then lying on our sides. So the first thing to do is you want to make sure you're standing tall, nice erect posture. Hopefully you watched that how to use cars video first. If you didn't, go back and watch that just to get an understanding of what we're going to be doing with cars. So in that video, I detail the process of irradiation. So you're going to go ahead and do that. You're going to breathe in, gently pack that breath down, creating a gentle, controlled contraction through the trunk, spilling the muscle contraction through the whole body. So you're gently engaging your entire body as we do this, and controlling the movement just at the shoulder. So here we go. We start. You can have your other arm. We're going to do our right arm. You can have your other hand on your chest, your belly, or just right by your side. So you take your right arm, you rotate it outwards, thumb going out away from the body. So we're getting this whole arm into external rotation. So when you get to that position, you're going to start to draw a big circle, bringing your arm across the front of your body, keeping that external rotation the entire time. Keep going in this direction until you get your bicep across your face. Now you should land with your fingers pointing straight up to the sky. From here, you're going to rotate your arm internally, so your palm is going to face away from you. Keep that going as much as you can, and then bring the arm behind you into extension. Now here we're trying to control trunk rotation. We don't want this to happen. We want just as much as we can do in our shoulders, keeping that rotating inward, 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 till we get right next to our thigh with our back of our palm facing our thigh. So now we're going to go in the opposite direction here, keeping that internal rotation force happening through the whole arm back into extension. So the shoulder joint is moving backwards, our humerus is moving backwards. When we hit a roadblock and we can't go any further, that's when we start to externally rotate the arm. And as we do that, we bring it up and over our head, fingers again pointing to the ceiling. And now we come back that same path that we started. So right here, I'm bringing my arm across. My pec muscles are engaged, pulling that in. This is an active movement. We're not just kind of casually moving through this range of motion. We're trying to have as much control of our musculature and our joints as possible. So we're going to do that again. Let's do the other arm. So hand on belly. I like my hand right next to my thigh. Again, we're going to irradiate. Control through the whole body, really feeling our feet firmly on the ground. External rotation of that left arm across the body. Pec is doing some work here. Make sure you keep your elbow straight. We don't want to start to bend our arm like this. Keep it straight out, coming across. Keeping our fingertips extended as well. We don't want to be just kind of cupped through the hand here. Extension. We're drawing as big a circle as we possibly can with our fingertips. So here we go. Let me get back to where we were, sorry. So here, keeping that external rotation force through the shoulder, thumb, forearm, bicep, tricep, rolling outwards, dragging that bicep right past our face, fingertips to the sky. Now we go internal rotation. Internal rotation and extension, the arm going behind us. Going behind us. Keep going, keep rotating inward that arm until we get our back of our palm right next to our thigh, and then we're going backwards. As soon as we hit that roadblock, we start to externally rotate that arm. I can feel my trunk spilling this way, so I'm going to try to control that, get more weight into the foundation of my feet so that my trunk doesn't start to rotate. And back the same path we came. And that's it. That's all the shoulder car is. It's a very simple but powerful movement that should be done every single day. So we're going to do another round each on each arm. External rotation. Fingertips extending out. Elbow straight. Pec active. Bringing that arm as close to my body as I can. Bicep past the face, fingertips to the ceiling, rotate in now. So the palm is facing away from us as we start to move behind us with the hand and arm, and that rotation still is going as much as we can until the back of the palm is now facing our thigh. Back with the arm. Hit that roadblock. Externally rotate the arm. Bring it up to the sky, reaching. Now we're gonna keep that external rotation as we pull in with our pecs, bringing the arm right back down to where we started. So cars can be done at varying intensities. So you can do this super slow and super controlled, or if you're just waking up in the morning, or you're just at the end of a long day and you want to just move your joints kind of casually and more in a relaxed state, you can make this relaxed as well. It doesn't have to be that intense version every time, but dialing up the intensity when we can and when it feels safe is an incredible tool at gaining more control. So here we go, let's do the left side one more time before we switch positions. So again, external rotation, elbow, bicep, hand, wrist, everything turning out. Bring the arm across our body. Bicep past the face. Internal rotate of that humerus and the scapula going behind us. Keep that internal rotation, pulling outside of the palm next to the hip. Back in space, extension. Once you hit that roadblock, you externally rotate. Bring the arm up over the head, past the face, keeping that rotation outwards with the arm, right back to where we started. So now we're going to do the shoulder car from a kneeling position. It's the exact same movement in the arm. It's the exact same thing with the rest of the body. We're just kind of keeping ourselves controlled. But by changing our orientation in gravity, it changes the forces that we have to manage, and therefore it makes it a completely different exercise, even though it seems very similar. So here we go. You should know this now. We're just going to rotate out, across the body, fingertips extending, elbow straight, bicep past the face, fingertips to the sky, rotate, internal rotation, meaning my palm is pointing away from me, extension of the humerus, keeping that internal rotation as I bring the arm back as far as I can. And now to my side, outside of the palm. Reverse that. Arm back, keeping that internal rotation till I hit that roadblock. Now we externally rotate the arm, bringing it up and over. Fingertips to the sky. Bicep past the face. Right back where we started. So essentially this is really wringing out the towel of all of these tissues that cross the shoulder joint. Everything is getting this nice massage. So let's do the other side. Arm externally rotated. Irradiate. Gentle contraction through the trunk and the body. Other arm stable. Here we go. Cross the body. Internally rotate. Back of the palm right to our hip. Arm going back in space. Hit that roadblock, externally rotate. Try to resist trunk rotation. I feel myself doing it, so I'm trying to correct that as I go. Bicep across the face. Back to starting point. Remember, this is also a self-assessment tool where we're limited. We can start to feel, we should be paying attention while we do this so we can start to feel where these compensations are happening. So for me, I know when I get here, I lose this. If I try to extend, my body wants to go here because I don't have the range of motion through my joint there. So that's an area that I'm going to work on. So let's do side lying now. Side lying is a little bit different, and you should have something to support your neck. You can use your other arm like this. I like to use a pillow, I just find it more comfortable, or a yoga block. So here we go, same exact movement. Starting with the external rotation. The only difference is we're not going to really come across the body as much because the floor is in the way. Arm overhead. Internally rotate. Find that extension behind you. I'm hitting the wall. Keep internally rotating till we're right in the same position where we ended with the standing and the kneeling cars. So here, keeping that internal rotation force throughout the entire arm, specifically in the shoulder if we can feel it. Extension, arm behind us. One thing you want to make sure is you have the room. As you can see, I'm hitting the wall. Arm overhead, external rotation, down to the side. I'm going to flip over so you can see the other arm. Same thing, and with this one I'm going to show it stabilizing my neck with my arm. So here we go, externally rotating. Arm across, as big circle as we can possibly make. When we get hand over our head, we're going to switch to internal rotation. Extension, the arm goes behind us. Keep coming around. Palm, back of the palm next to the hip. Reverse. Exact opposite path. We're doing a mirror image. Right back to where we started. So you can use these in any number of different ways. Try them out. Let me know how you feel with them. If you have any questions, please